Hey guys, so today we're going to be making a Haitian dessert and it's called dos macos. So to start off, we're going to need 2 cups of sugar, but in this case we're going to substitute with 2 cups of stevia, a half cup of whole milk, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, which is 14 ounces, 8 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 4th teaspoon of anise star extract, a 4th teaspoon of nutmeg, a 4th teaspoon of cinnamon, and to make optional dyes in the fudge, you can use red food coloring and a 4th teaspoon of cocoa powder. To cook the fudge, you're going to need a 3-quart nonstick pot, 2 mini loaf pans, and wax paper. Let's get started. Before I start cooking, I need to wash my hands to make sure that they're clean. What I'm going to do now is add all the ingredients except the cocoa powder and red food coloring into the pot. Now I'm going to stir all these ingredients on the stove on medium heat until the sugar dissolves. Now that the sugar has dissolved, I raise the heat to high and I'm going to continue to stir it for 20 to 25 minutes until the mix has a lava consistency, or if you have a candy thermometer, it should be around 115 degrees Celsius. So now that it's reached a lava consistency, I'm going to take it off the heat and continue to stir it for 10 more minutes. Hot. Alright guys, it's been about 10 minutes since I've last taken it off the heat. And you want to make sure you can see the bottom of the pot because it's getting thicker. But you don't want it to be too thick that you can't pour it out later on. So just continue to mix it a little bit more because it needs to get a little bit more thick. So now I'm going to empty 1/2 of the mix in one container and 1/2 of the mix in the other container to make the 2 dyes. Like I said before, you don't have to use the red food coloring and the cocoa powder to make the stripes in the fudge, but I think it looks more aesthetic, so that's why I'm going to do it today. But if you weren't going to use the cocoa powder and the red food coloring, you don't have to separate the mix into 2 separate containers. You can just go ahead and put it in the wax paper. But for now, I'm going to separate this mix into 2 containers. So put 1/2 in one container and 1/2 in the other. Now to make these dyes, I'm going to add 2 drops of the red food coloring into one mix and 1/4 teaspoon of cocoa powder into the other mix. Just mix it together. Here we go. Here's our red mix. So now I'm going to mix the cocoa powder mix together. For this part, I'm going to alternate between the red and the brown dye just to get the stripes that we want. This is what it looks like now. So I'm going to put it in the fridge for about an hour to let it cool and harden. Okay, so now that it's done hardening, we're going to cut it into vertical slices. And now we're done.